Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Storytime. My name is Miss Ashley, and today we're going to share some fun stories. Our stories are picture books, and they are in honor of Latinx and Hispanic Heritage Month. This special month starts in just a few days and runs from September 15th to October 15th. So during this month, we celebrate the culture and influence of Latinx and Hispanic Americans and what they bring to our country. But today we're going to start by singing our ABCs. So let me hear your singing voices with me. Ready? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Good job, everybody, singing. All right, let's shake those hands out. All right, let's do a clap together today. We're gonna do hickory dickory dock. All right, ready? Here we go. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse went up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock. Good job, shake those hands back out. Let's do it one more time. Ready? Here we go. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse went up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse ran down. Hickory dickory dock. Very nice job, everybody. All right, show me those open hands. Ready? Here we go. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. Very good. It's time for our first story, which is called Book Fiesta. And this book has beautiful illustrations. Look how colorful they are. Hooray! Today is our day. El Dia de los Niños. Let's have fun today reading our favorite book. Toot toot. That means it's Children's Day. We read in English and Spanish, in Chinese and Navajo too. We read by ourselves. We read with a friend. And we read at the library too. Our families tell us stories while we listen and play. We read libras together in cars and planes and trains. We read to our puppies and kittens and to lizards in our yard. We read riding an elephant or sailing with a whale. We read in a long submarine or floating in a hot air balloon. Then snug in our beds, we read to the moon. And fly away in our books. Toot toot. Now friends, children are very special, aren't they? Every single one of them, and books are special too. We love that you love your library and that you check out so many wonderful books to share together with your family. Did you know that Mexico celebrates a special day in April called El Dia de los Niños, and the Day of the Children? And they've even added in El Dia de los Libros to celebrate books and children too. I hope you enjoyed this story. Next, we're gonna have a fun little game where we're gonna practice some of our colors. So, I have a special friend here, a little mouse, or we can call him Raton. Where is he gonna be hiding? I have a couple of different colored houses here, and our special friend is gonna be hiding in one of those houses. So we're gonna put our houses on the board. All right. Let's get all our fun houses up here on the board. There. All right, so we are going to say, little mouse, are you in the, what color is this? Purple. In Spanish, purple is morado. Morado. Are you in the morado house? Let's see if our raton is in the morado house. No mouse. Okay, let's try another color. Should we do, what color is this? Green? Very good. In Spanish, green is verde. All right, let's take a peek and let's say, little mouse, the green, verde house? Let's see. Uh-oh, no mouse. Let's try another one. Let's try this one. What color is this? This is the color blue. In Spanish, it's called Azul. Let's ask if he's there. Little mouse, are you in the Azul house? No mouse. All right, let's try another one. Let's go way up to the top. What color is this? This is yellow. Yellow is amarillo. All right, ready? Let's say, little mouse, are you in the amarillo house? No mouse. Let's try another color. What color is this? This is the color pink. Pink in Spanish is rosado. Let's ask about this one. Little mouse, are you in the pink house? In the rosado house? Let's see. No raton. Uh-oh. Well, let's give this one a try. This is the color. Can you say red? Very good. This is the color red. In Spanish, it's rojo. Let's see if our little mouse is in the house. Little mouse, are you in the rojo house? Let's see. Who's that? There's our little raton here. Now our little mouse is going to help us do some counting next. So let's put some hearts on our board. And then let's add some houses for our little mouse to count. Let's put little mouse here. All right. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Let's practice counting in Spanish next. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good job, everybody. We're going to keep these up and we'll practice our counting again in just another minute. But first, we're going to read another story. And this one is called Round is a Tortilla, a Book of Shapes. Now, you'll see this beautiful illustration up at the top. We're going to talk a little bit more about what this is when we get to our crafts section. Round are the sombreros. Round is the moon. Round are the trumpets that blare out a tune. Round are the campanas that chime and ring. Round are the nests where the swallows sing. Round are tortillas and tacos too. Round is a pot of abuela's stew. I can name more round things, can you? Do you see anything at your own house right now that might be the shape of a circle and be round? In our story, I see a round pan. I see a round table. Square are the letters. We know them well. Square is a board game to help us spell. Square are ventanas that give a view. Square is my clock and my photos too. So the ventana, the window, is square. And here's our lovely decoration again. Do you see the banner? Square is the park and the zocalo. Square is a fountain from long ago. How many square things do you know? Here's the zocalo, or the courtyard. We might see a square fountain. And we might see some square windows. Rectangles are carts with bells that chime, and cold paletas in summertime. There they are. Stone metates inside our casa help us grind our corn to masa. Rectangles are flags that fly above the scoreboard way up high. How many rectangles do you spy? We have lots and lots of rectangles here. Triangles are crunchy chips for guacamole and other dips. Triangles sail on the breeze. They line the shore and glide on seas. Sandias chilled in tubs of ice. Quesadillas by the slice. Triangles can beat the heat. What other triangles can you eat? There are their slices of triangles. Oval is my favorite locket, a special pebble in my pocket. I find ovals at the store, like huevos, olives, and beans galore. Can you name a couple more? Here's some more ovals. Stars for parties, stars for light, lining streets with colors bright. There are so many shapes wherever you go. How many more shapes do you know? I bet you can tell me what shape we have right here. This is the shape of a heart. Very good job learning your shapes. All right, one last time. Let's practice counting in Spanish all the things that our little friend, Raton, has on his board. Ready? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good job, everybody. All right, get those fingers out ready for me. Here we go. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Put that in your lap. We have our last story to share today, and this is a story about wishes. It's called Carmella Full of Wishes. This story also has beautiful illustrations. Carmella scooted along the uneven dirt path, watching men stoop to work with their hands. Her birthday bracelets were jingling and jangling. The thick greenhouse air smelled of marigolds and overturned earth and fresh manure. Carmella knew exactly what manure was, but she didn't want to think about that. Not today. It was her birthday. Today she awoke to candles in her pancakes, and her mom sang, "Happy birthday to you," and told her, "Go on, mija, make a wish." But Carmella's wish had already come true. She was finally old enough to go with her big brother. Carmella followed as he cut back onto the street at Freedom Boulevard, past the crowded bus stop and fenced-off repair shop, past the old folks' home where 200 old women waved their smiles, past the huge home improvement store where her dad used to stand around on weekend mornings waiting for work. Carmella tried to make small talk with her brother as their metal cart rattled, but her brother didn't make small talk back. He didn't want her tagging along. Too bad, she told him, with her glare. Just outside the laundromat, she picked a lone dandelion growing along the concrete weeds. She pulled a breath and leaned toward the fuzzy white bulb, but just before she could blow, her brother butted in. "Did you even make a wish? You're supposed to make a wish. Everyone knows that." "Of course I made a wish," she told him, but it was a lie. Carmella didn't know. Carmella helped her brother sort colors one-handed, helped him load the washers one at a time. While their clothes spun, her imagination turned, and each new thought ushered in by a jingle of her bracelets. Her brother found the sound annoying and shot her a dirty look. Too bad, she told him with her glare. She jingled her bracelets as she rode up to Miss Maria's vegetable stand, imagining a machine built into her bedroom wall, one that would spit out anything she could think of, but mostly candies. Look at this beautiful art. She jingled her bracelets in line at the locksmith shop. She imagined her mom sleeping in one of those fancy hotel beds that she spent all day making for fancy guests. She jingled her bracelets at the bodega down the block from their old apartment building, imagining her dad was getting his papers fixed so he could finally be home. She jingled her bracelets outside the pharmacy, eyeing the shiny new bikes in the window. Her brother stopped in his tracks. "Why do you have to be so annoying?" She thrummed her bracelets at him and said, "It's a free country." The only time she didn't reach for her bracelets was when her brother ducked into his friend's house. Carmella slumped down on the curb, silently imagining all the things she could turn him into. The slimy pink tail of a rat, or a cockroach scurrying away from the light, a wheelbarrow full of manure left in the sun. She stared down at the dandelion in her hand. It seemed so much more important now that she knew it was a place to put her wishes. What if she made the wrong choice? Carmella tried to hop a curb on the long trip home with her scooter, but her tire caught and her handlebars twisted and she went crashing to the concrete. Don't cry, she thought. But then she saw her dandelion crushed beside the drain. She looked up at her big brother. Warm tears were rolling down her cheeks. He lifted up her scooter. "You okay?" he said. She shook her head and pointed. "My wish." He took her by the arm and led her back up the block, past the laundromat and the flea market, past the greenhouses and the smell of manure, past the overgrown park and across the train tracks. He didn't stop until they made it to an abandoned farmhouse near a cliff overlooking the sea. "Close your eyes," he said. Carmella closed them. "Now make your wish," he said. Carmella listened to the ocean's hum in the distance. She listened to the squawking birds. She listened to the wind whistling past her ears. And then she opened her eyes. She saw hundreds of tiny white spores lifting into the air, floating out toward the far-off surf. The sky was full of wishes. "Let's go," her brother said. "Don't you want to know my wish?" she asked. He shook his head. "If you tell, it won't come true." She looked back one last time, then took off her bracelets and followed her brother home. And that was the story of Carmella's wish. Do you have a special wish that you keep up inside your head? Shh, don't tell anybody. Now today, for our fun craft activity, we are going to make something called Papel Picado. That means punched paper. So here's an example of some punched paper. As you can see, it's a picture of Carmella with somebody giving her a hug. It's probably her daddy. And this is a very traditional folk art that we find in Mexico and other countries further south of Mexico. So for celebrations, they like to make lots of fancy papel picados and make banners and streamers with them. So here's an example of one that I started making. Now I'm using tissue paper, but you can also use regular paper to do this. And the internet has lots of really fun patterns that you can find online to copy. So this is great for littles to practice tracing. If you have stencils at your home that have some basic shapes, squares and circles that are bigger, you can put your stencils down and have them trace their stencils. It works best for very young hands for you to do the cutting for them because it is a little more intricate. But for older kids, this is a really good fine motor skill practice so that they can cut some intricate shapes as well with the scissors. So my 8-year-old, she made this one for us last night. We didn't get a chance to cut it. This is the one that I copied. And when we open it up, look at the fancy design inside. This is a great project for everybody in your house at varying levels. So again, if you have a really little one, have them draw really big shapes on the paper and help them cut it out. Your school agers can work on cutting themselves and making their own patterns. And grown-ups, cutting tissue paper is actually a challenge, so it's kind of fun to do your own little project and see how intricate you can get. This is kind of like when you go back and make snowflakes out of paper. Well, thanks for joining us today. We'll put the link to this piece of paper that we found for our tracing template in the comments section of the video. Thanks again for coming to Saturday Storytime. And don't forget, if you enjoyed some of the stories that we had today, we have a special fall-winter reading program this year on our new online app called Beanstack. This is called Read Woke. Read Woke is a movement. It's a feeling. It means learning about others so that we can treat people with the respect and dignity that they deserve no matter what their religion, race, creed, or color is. This reading program will challenge you to read and learn about people that have different experiences than your own. And you can earn some really fun prizes just for learning. So you can visit our website for more information on how to get signed up for our fun Read Woke challenge this summer. Thanks for tuning in.